Welcome to another edition of A Conversation with Jimmy Shanken. Today I have Ms. Leah Poole, the CEO of the Liberty County Chamber of Commerce and the CVB. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
So Leah, how do you become a chamber member?
All you really have to do is apply. So you can go to our website, which is libertycounty.org, and there's a membership tab at the top. It sends me an email. Our membership lady will reach out to you and talk about pricing, and it's pretty easy.
So what are some of the benefits of becoming a chamber member?
There are really a lot of benefits of becoming a chamber member. It goes into what you want to get out of the chamber. That's usually what I tell folks. You're only going to get out what you put in. So if you give us your money and we don't see you all year long at all of our networking events and our marketing opportunities and stuff like that, you're probably not going to get a lot out of the chamber. But if you attend stuff like Business After Hours, which is free for you as a member to attend, you'll get a lot more because you'll make those connections.
So what is the CVB?
The CVB is the Convention and Visitors Bureau, so it's the other arm of what we do. So we have Chamber and CVB. Liberty County actually does have a lot of tourism, believe it or not. We're number 3 in the region behind Savannah and Brunswick. No, those are the big dogs, so it's a little hard sometimes to see beyond that. But we do have a lot of tourists that come to Liberty County, predominantly for the military because we have Fort Stewart. But it's our job to entice people to be here, to spend their money, and then to leave.
So what does the Convention and Visitors Bureau do?
So most of what we do, you do not see here. And if you see it here, then we're not doing our job. So what we're doing is, especially for us day trip markets, so Jacksonville, Charleston, even Savannah, we market a lot in those communities. So if you go to Charleston right now, you would see a Liberty County billboard because we want those people to see what we have here that they could drive, enjoy, and then go back home for the day.
So why is tourism important to economic development?
So tourism is considered to be clean economic development because, like I said, those people, they spend and they leave. So they're not using your hospitals, they're not putting their kids in your schools, they're not traveling your roads a million times a year. They spend their money here and then they go home to wherever they are from. So for example, we are also a camera ready certified community. So that means we're ready to receive film. A big production we had last year was Tyler Perry's Jazzman's Blues, and that was a $25.5 million production. Local spent about $4.5 million. So those people ate in our restaurants. They shopped at Walmart. They bought gas. They did all these things, paid people to use their land and property, but then they went home and they didn't take anything from us. So we like that kind of tourism because it's clean.
So what services or programs do you offer chamber members?
We do a lot of networking and a lot of marketing opportunities for our members. So networking, they can come to Business After Hours once a month. We do a luncheon every single month. We do breakfast several times a year. Just providing that opportunity to be the face of your business that a lot of people don't take. We get stuck in our offices and we think, oh, we'll just send this email and that'll make a sale. But really being out and doing things like talking to you today, that might help me get a new chamber member because somebody sees this video. So that's what we provide, a lot of those, the chance to be the face of your business.
So what does the chamber do for the community?
We do a lot of different things for the community. I'll say probably the biggest is the Christmas parade. So that is something that we do every December. It's the first Friday in December. Usually have about 110 entries. It's a 2-hour long parade, and that's something we do in our office that doesn't cost the public anything unless you're going to have an entry in the parade, and then it's a very nominal fee. We do have that televised by WTOC, which there is a cost for that. That the chamber takes on that cost. Our volunteers do all the work. I mean, it's just a big event. We also have started doing 2 food truck festivals a year, and that's also for the community. This last one we had in March, 15,000 people.
Wow.
So just a huge turnout. You can tell that our community wants these types of things to do, so we're happy to provide them.
So where are you located?
We are located at 208 East Court Street, so we're in the historic Bacon Fraser House. It's an almost 200-year-old house. That's right in downtown Hinesville. It's a little gem, literally right in the middle of town, 3 acres. You wouldn't expect to find that much contiguous property, but we're right there. We hope everybody comes to visit us. We love to have visitors and give tours.
And what are your hours of operation?
We are open Monday through Friday from 8:30 to 5. I always recommend that people call first because if we're out at like a ribbon cutting, our office might be closed. So you can reach us at 912-368-4445.
Well, Leah, thank you for being here today. We didn't have time to discuss things like leadership liberty or y'all young adult leadership. I did learn about many sites through Leadership Liberty. Could you just elaborate on a few of those real quick?
Sure. It's always one of my biggest pleasures to go and show people the historic sites and the cultural sites that we have. Some in particular that I would encourage you to visit. Mellon Bluff is newly opened again. It's on Highway 84. As you go over I-95, it turns into Islands Highway. It's on your right-hand side. They have I think it's a 7/10 of a mile, or it might be a little longer walking trail that leads to this big tower that you can climb up and see over the marsh. It's really pretty and very natural. Fort Morris Historic Site is one that often gets forgotten. It's a Revolutionary War fort, and people think fort and they're like big building, cannons, and it's none of that stuff. But they have the original earthworks that the soldiers built there to protect the port of Sunbury from the cannons. So the cannonballs would come in, they'd hit those earthworks, and they'd stop and not hurt our soldiers. Sunbury actually used to be a deeper natural port than Savannah. So it's really interesting to see. And Jason, the gentleman that's the director there, he does a great job of leading you around and showing you everything. He likes to dress in costume. He likes to fire his musket. So you'd have a great time if you went and visited.
Well, thank you for being here.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.